I sat on the edge of the bed, phone in my hand, staring at the blank screen. Midnight had passed an hour ago. Daniel always called. Always. Come on, I muttered, hitting his name again. Straight to voicemail. I whispered into the dark. Where are you? The silence pressed against my chest until I couldn't sit still. I padded into the kitchen, barefoot, flicking on the dim light. His keys weren't on the hook. His car wasn't outside. I tried again, this time leaving a message. Daniel, it's late. Just call me back, please. The sound of my own voice shook. I hated that. I filled a glass of water just to have something to do. My phone buzzed suddenly, but it was only Rachel. I answered. Emily? Why are you still up? Because Daniel isn't home. He hasn't called. Rachel sighed softly. Maybe he's working late again. You know how he is. Not this late, and he always texts. Well, maybe his phone died. I gripped the glass tighter. Then why hasn't he used the office phone, or borrowed one? Something's wrong. You're spiraling, she said gently. Give him a little time. I didn't answer. My silence stretched and Rachel filled it. Look, if you need me, I'll come over. But maybe he just lost track of time. Lost track of 5 hours. My voice cracked. Emily, I can't shake this feeling. It's not like him, not at all. We hung up after a few more reassurances, but I didn't believe a word. I dialed Daniel's number again, then his office. No answer. The clock read 2:14. My pulse thudded in my ears. I whispered, what if he's hurt? I grabbed my jacket and paced by the door, tempted to drive around, but where would I go? When the phone finally rang, my heart nearly burst. I answered too quickly. Daniel? But it was his mother. Emily? Sorry, did I wake you? No, I said, clutching the phone tighter. He's not home. Have you heard from him? A pause. No. Why? He's not answering. It's been hours. Another pause, longer this time. I'm sure he's fine. You know Daniel. Sometimes he doesn't do this. I cut in. You know he doesn't. Her voice softened. Call me if you hear anything, dear. After the line went dead, I sank into the couch. My body felt heavy, my mind racing by 3. I couldn't stop replaying the last time I'd seen him. His quick kiss at the door, his tie loose, his words casual. Don't wait up. But I always waited. The front door lock finally clicked. Nearly 4. My chest squeezed. I jumped to my feet as Daniel stepped inside, coat half off, eyes surprised to see me awake. Emily, why are you up? His voice was calm. Too calm. Why am I up? My words shot out. Because it's 4 a.m. Where the hell have you been? He blinked, then rubbed his forehead. Work. I told you I had deadlines. You could have called. My phone died. Then borrow one. Use your office line. Something. He dropped his coat, exhaling sharply. God, you're making this a thing. I was busy, that's it. I stepped closer, staring at him. His shirt smelled faintly of cologne, not his. My stomach turned. That's not an answer, I whispered. His eyes flickered just for a second. Before he said flatly, Emily, you're overreacting. The word stung. Gaslighting, soft and sharp all at once. I swallowed hard, trying to steady my voice. No, something isn't right. He looked at me, silent, unreadable. Then he walked past me toward the bedroom, leaving me frozen in the living room, clutching my shaking hands together in the quiet, knowing this night wasn't just about him being late. It was the beginning of something I couldn't yet name. The morning light slipped through the curtains, but I'd barely slept. Daniel's even breathing beside me felt too steady, too controlled. I stared at the phone on the nightstand, his phone, the screen still black. I whispered, "Why didn't you call?" He stirred. "What?" "You heard me." His eyes opened. Slowly, unfazed. "Emily, not this again. I told you my phone died." I leaned over, picked it up, and held it out. "Then why are there messages from 2 a.m? He blinked once. "Work emails." "No," my voice shook. "These aren't emails. They're texts. Meet me where we said. Who sends that at 2 a.m.? His jaw tightened. It's business. Private clients, you wouldn't understand. Try me. He sat up, dragging his hand through his hair. God, you sound like an interrogator. Do you trust me or not? I stood, heart pounding. I did. Last night changed that. He exhaled sharply. Emily, listen. It was a late-night client. Confidential, I can't tell you more. That's not an answer, I snapped. It's the only one you're getting. The silence stretched, thick, dangerous. I could feel my pulse in my throat. Why was your shirt smelling like someone else's perfume? I asked finally, his eyes locked on mine, cold and unflinching. You're imagining things. No, I'm not. I know what I smelled. He swung his legs over the bed and stood. I'm not doing this. I worked late, my phone died, end of story. I blocked his path, then explained the text. He loomed over me, lowering his voice. Drop it, Emily. I swallowed hard. Or, what? He stared at me for a long beat before sighing. You'll ruin us with your paranoia. Paranoia? My voice broke. Daniel, you didn't come home until 4. You ignored my calls, and now I find secret texts. How is that paranoia? He rubbed his temples. You want the truth? Fine. It was a client I met off the books. Cash job. I didn't want to drag you into it. That's why I kept quiet. The lie slid out too smoothly, too rehearsed. I could feel it. I whispered, You think I'm stupid? No, he said quickly, stepping closer, softening his tone. I think you're tired, worried. I should have called, I'm sorry. His hand brushed mine, warm, practiced. I pulled back. You always have the perfect excuse. Because there's nothing sinister happening, he pressed. Just work, just stress, that's all. I looked down at the phone again. The unread messages pulsed on the screen like tiny warnings. Then why delete half your call history? His expression hardened. You went through my phone. You left it here, I shot back. What was I supposed to do, pretend I didn't see? You invaded my privacy, he said sharply. I laughed bitterly. Your privacy? We're married, Daniel. Married. And I'm supposed to believe secrets are part of that? He closed his eyes, exhaling long. You don't understand the pressure I'm under. Then make me understand. His eyes opened again, steady, almost empty. I can't. And if you love me, you'll let this go. The words slammed into me harder than any confession. Love as leverage. My throat tightened. I whispered, You're hiding something. He tilted his head, voice calm. You're imagining monsters. Don't let your mind eat you alive. I wanted to scream, to throw the phone at him, but instead I just stood there, trembling. He brushed past me into the bathroom, the door clicking shut. Water roared through the pipes as if washing away the lies. Alone again. I stared at the glowing screen in my palm. Another message appeared. Tonight, same place. My chest constricted. I whispered to myself, He's still lying. And I knew then. I wouldn't sleep again until I uncovered the truth. The receipt fell out of Daniel's jacket pocket when I hung it up. A dinner for 2, wine. A dessert he'd never order with me. I stared at it, my chest tightening. When he walked into the room, I held it up. Want to explain this? His eyes flicked to the slip, then back to me. It's business. Business dinners don't usually end with crème brûlée. He smirked faintly like I was a child. Clients expect hospitality. You wouldn't understand. Stop saying that, I snapped. I do understand, you're lying. His jaw tightened. Emily, no, listen to me. I shoved the paper against his chest. I smell perfume that isn't mine on your shirt. I see messages from strangers. The middle of the night. And now this. His voice dropped sharp. You're making something out of nothing. Then say her name. He blinked. What? The woman you've been seeing. Say her name. There is no woman. I laughed bitterly. Then whose perfume was it? Who were you texting at 2 a.m.? Who shared this bottle of Merlot with you? He took the receipt from me, crumpling it in his fist. I told you, it's business. You're twisting everything. I'm... Not twisting anything, I hissed. You're hiding everything. He paced, running his hands through his hair. God, Emily, you're suffocating me. I froze. Suffocating you. I stay up all night worried sick and you call that suffocating? He turned suddenly, eyes flashing. Because you don't trust me. No matter what I say, you want me guilty. My voice trembled. Because you are. He stopped, staring at me, breathing hard. Then softer, almost calculated. You're wrong. But if you keep going like this, you'll destroy us. Don't you dare put this on me. Silence pressed between us. My heart hammered, my hands shaking. Finally, I whispered. I heard you last night. His head jerked. What do you mean? You said a name in your sleep. His expression faltered. You're imagining things. No, I heard it clear as day, Clara. Who is she? He stared at me, lips parting slightly, then closing again. A flicker of recognition flashed before he masked it with annoyance. I don't know any Clara, he said flatly. You're lying. I'm not. You are. My voice rose, cracking. I hear her name, I see her perfume, I find her receipt. And you stand there pretending I'm crazy. He stepped closer, voice low. Because you are acting crazy. The word sliced me open. I pressed my hands to my temples, shaking my head. No, Daniel. Don't you dare call me that. I'm not crazy. I'm seeing what's right in front of me. He leaned down, whispering. Then stop looking. For a moment I couldn't breathe. His eyes burned into mine, daring me to back down. I whispered back, I won't. We stood like that, staring, both unyielding. Then he pulled away, grabbed his coat. I'm done with this conversation. Where are you going? To get some air? Or to see her? He froze at the door, shoulders stiff. Answer me, I demanded. He turned slowly, his face unreadable. Go to bed, Emily. The door slammed. I sank into the chair, my pulse wild. The crumpled receipt lay on the floor. I picked it up, smoothing the paper with trembling fingers, whispering the name I'd heard in the dark. Clara. The name tasted like poison. And for the first time I felt sure my marriage wasn't just breaking. It was hiding a stranger in its shadows. I waited for him in the living room, the crumpled receipt on the coffee table between us. When Daniel finally walked in, I didn't waste a second. Sit down, I said. He raised an eyebrow. What now? Enough. Games, tell me the truth. He sighed, loosening his tie, and sat across from me. Fine. You want honesty? I had an affair. My chest clenched. You admit it? Yes. He cut me off, voice sharp. But it's over. Done. It meant nothing. I shook my head slowly. Nothing? You disappeared for nights, lied to. My face smelled of her perfume, whispered her name in your sleep. That's not nothing. He leaned forward, palms open like a man pleading. Emily, listen to me. It was a mistake. One mistake. I ended it. I laughed bitterly. A mistake. Doesn't last months, his voice hardened. It wasn't months. You're lying again. I'm not. His fist hit the table. I ended it because I realized you're what matters. I love you, not her. The word love twisted in my stomach. Then why Clara? Why keep seeing her? He flinched at the name. You've been digging. Answer me. She was a distraction. Someone who listened when I felt suffocated here? The words hit like a slap. Suffocated with me? He lowered his gaze. You're intense, demanding. You push and push until I can't breathe. Tears burned my eyes. Don't you dare blame me for your cheating. I'm not blaming you, he said softly. I'm explaining. I was weak. She was there. But I chose you. I came home, didn't I? Came home at 4 a.m, reeking of her, I snapped. His voice dropped calm, almost rehearsed. That night was the end. I told her it was over. Then why do the messages keep coming? I shoved his phone toward him. She's still contacting you. He glanced at the screen, jaw tight. She won't let go. I can't control that. You can block her. I did. She finds ways around it. I leaned closer. Because you want her to. No, he said firmly. Because she's unstable. She twists things, threatens me. My stomach flipped. Threatens you with what? He hesitated, then forced a smile. It doesn't matter. She's gone. She doesn't mean anything. Then why are you sweating just saying her name? He wiped his forehead quickly. Because you won't let this die. I confessed. I apologized. Isn't that enough? Enough. My voice cracked. You shattered my trust and expect me to forgive you in one night? His tone turned cold. If you keep holding on to this, Emily, you'll destroy us both. I'm trying to move forward. You're the one dragging us back. The gaslight flickered. In his eyes, I whispered, You're turning this on me again. I'm asking you to let it go, he pressed. Clara is gone. I'm here. Isn't that what matters? I stared at him, feeling the trap close around me. His words wrapped like chains, soft, persuasive, but heavy with something unsaid. No, I whispered. It's not enough, because you're still lying. His eyes narrowed. What makes you so sure? My gut. He leaned back, shaking his head. Paranoia will eat you alive, Emily. Don't let it. I stood, my whole body trembling. Stop calling me paranoid. He rose too, stepping close, lowering his voice to a whisper. Then stop acting like it. We stared at each other, the silence louder than any fight. I wanted to scream, to claw the truth out of him. Instead, I whispered, You're hiding something worse. His jaw worked, but he said nothing. The silence told me more than his words ever could. I sat at the desk with Daniel's laptop open, my fingers trembling. I'd sworn I'd never cross this line, but the lies had left me no choice. Come on, I whispered, scrolling through his emails. Flights, hotel bookings, cash transfers, dates that lined up with his late nights. The screen blurred as my chest tightened. You bastard. My phone buzzed. Rachel. I answered quickly. Em, you sound shaky. I found proof, I whispered. Proof of what? His second life. Trips he never told me about. Money missing from our account. And Clara, her name's in the bookings. Wait, Clara? Yes, I wasn't imagining it. She's real. Rachel's breath hitched. Tell me everything. He had a hotel reservation last month under both their names. He told me he was on a work trip. He was with her. Oh my God, I feel sick, I muttered, pressing my hand to my mouth. Emily, this is huge. You need to confront him with this. I already did, I whispered. He admitted the affair, but he swore it was over. Look at this. I read the latest booking aloud, my voice shaking. This wasn't months ago, this was last week. Silence. Then Rachel said, He's still seeing her. Tears burned. My eyes. I knew it. Listen to me, she said firmly. He's gaslighting you, twisting your reality. That's dangerous. I can't even tell what's real anymore. Rachel's voice softened. You're not crazy, Em. You're uncovering the truth. That's why he's scared. I clutched the phone tighter. He said she's unstable, that she threatened him. But these receipts, he kept choosing her. That's not someone trying to escape. Exactly. He's protecting her, not you. The word stabbed deep. Why would he risk everything? Rachel hesitated. Because maybe Clara has something over him. What do you mean? Blackmail, secrets, something from his past he can't let surface. I swallowed hard. Like, what? You tell me. Has he ever mentioned trouble before? Debts, old relationships? I shook my head, though she couldn't see me. No, he's always been so careful, so controlled. But now you're seeing the cracks, I whispered. What if I've been married to a stranger? Rachel's voice was gentle but firm. You have to decide what to do with what you know. You can't keep living like this. I need more, I said quickly. More proof before I confront him again. Em, how much more do you need? Enough that he can't twist it. Enough that he can't make me doubt myself again. Rachel sighed. Then dig. But be careful, if he's hiding this much, there's a reason. I glanced back at the screen. One document caught my eye. Bank transfers labeled only with initials. C.W. Clara Williams, I breathed. What? Rachel asked. Her full name, I found it. He's sending her money. Rachel's voice sharpened. Emily, that's not just an affair. That's a secret life. He's funding her. My pulse roared in my ears. Why would he do that unless she knows something that could ruin him? Rachel finished. I sank into the chair, my body heavy. What if something ruins me too? You don't owe him protection. You owe yourself the truth. I wiped my tears. You're right. I can't keep pretending. Rachel's voice was steady. Then promise me, whatever you find next, you'll tell me. Don't carry this alone. I nodded slowly, whispering, I promise. When we hung up, the apartment was silent again. The laptop screen glowed in the dark, Clara's name etched across it like a wound dot. For the first time, I realized the affair wasn't just betrayal. It was a doorway to secrets buried so deep I wasn't sure I wanted to find what lay beyond. I sat cross-legged on the floor, Daniel's phone clutched in my hand, my heart pounding. I shouldn't have guessed his password, but I had. And now, the screen revealed everything, I whispered. Show me who you really are. The first message thread made my throat tighten. Clara. Her words scrolled across the screen like poison. I can't stop thinking about you. Daniel's reply. You're the only thing that makes me feel alive. I gasped. Alive. After all our years, that's what he tells her? I scrolled further, my hands shaking. Clara. She'll never understand you like I do. Daniel. She doesn't. You're the only one who sees me. My stomach turned. I whispered into the quiet. All this time you said I suffocated you and you told her I didn't see you. The thread grew darker. Clara. What if she finds out? Daniel. Then I'll handle it. She'll believe what I tell her. I pressed my hand to my mouth, bile rising. God, Daniel. You were planning me out of your life. I kept scrolling. Desperate and terrified. Clara. You said you'd leave her. Daniel. I can't yet. Too many risks, but soon. Clara. You always say soon. Daniel. Don't push me, Clara. I could almost hear his voice. Soft, dangerous. The way he spoke when I got too close to the truth. I whispered, She pushed you, didn't she? And you liked it. Another string of messages appeared, this one rawer, messier. Clara. I want you now. I don't care about the consequences. Daniel. You're fire, Clara. You'll burn me alive. Clara. Maybe that's what you want. I shut my eyes, my chest heaving. His words weren't just lust, they were obsession. When I opened them again, I tapped on an audio file Clara had sent. Her voice slid into the room, smooth and taunting. Daniel, you said she'd never survive without you. Prove it. Prove I'm the one. I dropped the phone like it burned me. My hand shook so badly I could barely pick it up again. Never. Survive without you. The phrase echoed like a curse. I whispered, You told her my weakness. I found more messages, darker than before. Clara. If she ruins us, I'll ruin her. Don't think I won't. Daniel. Calm down. She won't find out. Clara. She's smarter than you think. If she digs, she'll see everything. Daniel. Then I'll make sure she doesn't dig. My breath came fast. You plan to keep me blind, both of you. I stared at the words until the letters blurred. Clara wasn't just a fling. She was a storm, and Daniel had walked willingly into it. The last exchange made my skin crawl. Clara. If you don't choose me, you'll regret it. I promise. Daniel. Stop threatening me. Clara. It's not a threat, it's a promise. I whispered. She owned you, and you let her. The screen dimmed, but I couldn't look away. I felt like I'd stepped into their world, their twisted intimacy, their dangerous dance. Every word revealed Daniel's addiction, Clara's control, and the way they built their affair like a weapon pointed at me. The phone slipped from my hand. I sat frozen on the floor, my heart shattering, my mind spiraling. It wasn't just betrayal. It was obsession. And though he swore it was over, I knew now it had never ended. The knock on the door came just after dawn. I opened it, still in my robe, eyes raw from sleeplessness. 2 officers stood there, one of them introducing himself. Detective Carter, he said, flashing a badge. We need to speak with Daniel. My throat tightened. What's this about? Routine questioning, Carter replied. His eyes studied me too carefully. Is he home? Daniel appeared behind me, buttoning his shirt. Officers, what's going on? Carter's voice was calm but heavy. A woman was found dead in the woods last night, Clara Williams. Do you know her? The name shattered the air. I felt the blood drain from my face. Daniel's jaw clenched. I've heard the name. Heard, I blurted. You. Daniel cut me off with a glare. Not now, Emily. Carter raised an eyebrow. So you're saying you weren't involved with her? Daniel folded his arms. I didn't say that. I said I've heard the name. The other officer scribbled something down. I stepped forward, voice shaking. She's dead? Yes, ma'am, Carter said softly. Do you know her? I hesitated, feeling Daniel's eyes burn into me. No, only what I've heard. It was a lie, and Carter seemed to sense it. He shifted his gaze back to Daniel. Where were you last night around 11? Daniel answered. Smoothly. Home with my wife. I froze. His alibi was me. Carter looked at me. Is that true? My mouth opened, but no words came. Daniel's hand pressed lightly against my back, firm, warning. Yes, I whispered finally. He was here. Carter nodded slowly. We'll be in touch. When the door closed, I spun on Daniel. Home with me? You weren't. You were gone. His eyes narrowed. And yet you covered for me. Good girl. Don't call me that. I snapped. She's dead, Daniel. Clara is dead. What did you do? He grabbed my arms, voice low and fierce. I didn't kill her. Don't ever say that again. Then why lie to the police? Because they always look at the husband. Or the lover. Do you want them dragging me away in cuffs? I wrenched free. Maybe they should. His face hardened. You don't mean that. Yes, I do, my voice cracked. You lied to me. You lied to them. And now she's dead. How am I supposed to believe you? He exhaled, pacing. Listen, Clara was unstable. She threatened. You remember? Maybe she went too far with someone else. Or maybe you snapped. His head whipped toward me. Careful, Emily. Fear crawled up my spine, but I stood my ground. If you didn't kill her, prove it, he sneered. How? Drag her ghost here to vouch for me? Stop making jokes. A woman is dead. Silence fell heavy between us. Finally, he muttered. I told her it was over. Maybe she couldn't handle it. I stared at him, searching for remorse, but all I saw was calculation. The phone rang, jolting me. I answered. Hello? Mrs. Hart? Carter's voice. Yes. We'll need you and your husband at the station this afternoon. Standard procedure. My eyes flicked to Daniel. He mouthed, say yes. We'll be there, I said. When I hung up, Daniel gripped my shoulders. You say nothing. Do you understand? I shoved him away. Don't tell me what to say. If you want this marriage, if you want your life intact, you'll protect me. My voice trembled. And if protecting you means lying, then lie, he said coldly. I backed away, shaking my head. I don't even know who you are anymore. He smirked faintly. Then you'd better decide fast if you want to find out. The room spun. Clara's name echoed like a ghost, her death pressing down on me. And for the first time, I wondered if the man I married was capable of murder. The fluorescent lights hummed above me. Too bright, too cold. Daniel sat across the table. Detective? Carter leaning forward with a file in front of him. I was in the corner, silent, watching. Carter spoke first. Mr. Hart, you said you barely knew Clara Williams, yet we found multiple transactions linking your accounts to hers. Care to explain? Daniel smiled faintly, too controlled. Business arrangements, loans, she needed help. Carter's eyebrow arched. Funny, because she told friends she was in a relationship with you. Daniel chuckled. People say things when they want attention. My stomach twisted. He was performing, charming, but Carter didn't blink. And the hotel bookings under both your names? Daniel shifted in his seat. Professional retreats. She exaggerated our association, I whispered. He's lying. Carter glanced at me. Mrs. Hart, do you agree with your husband's statement? Daniel's eyes snapped to mine, sharp as knives. I stammered, I don't know. His stare pinned me in place, warning me to hold the line. Carter leaned closer. Emily, you told us he was home the night Clara died. Is that true? My throat tightened. Yes, he was here. Was he? Carter pressed. We have camera. Footage from a gas station 2 miles from where her body was found. A man matching his description at 11:42 p.m. Daniel's jaw tightened, but his smile never fully broke. Coincidences happen. Lots of men drive dark sedans. Lots of men don't buy gas in the exact time frame of a murder victim's death, Carter shot back. Daniel leaned back, forcing a laugh. So now I'm a murderer because I filled up my car? Carter didn't laugh. You lied about knowing her. You lied about being home. That's not coincidence. I whispered. Daniel, stop lying. His head snapped toward me. Emily. His voice was low, dangerous. Not a word. Carter turned to me. He's controlling you. But you can tell us what really happened. My hands shook in my lap. I don't. Daniel's hand slammed the table. She has nothing to say. The air thickened. Carter's voice lowered, calm but firm. Emily, this is your chance. You can protect yourself. Daniel glared at me, eyes dark with threat and plea all at once. Say nothing, Emily. I squeezed my hands together, torn in half. I don't know what's true anymore. Carter studied me, then pushed a photo across the table. Clara's lifeless body in the woods. I gasped, covering my mouth. She deserved better than this, Carter said quietly. And if your husband did this, you know. Daniel's voice cracked, the first sign of weakness. I didn't kill her. She was obsessed. She followed me. She wouldn't let go. Carter leaned in. So you admit you were involved. Daniel froze. I made a mistake, but I ended it. Did you? Carter asked. Daniel's composure slipped. His smile faltered. His hands clenched. Yes. I walked away. Except, she didn't, Carter pressed. And now she's dead. Silence, I whispered. Daniel, did you? His eyes met mine, burning, pleading. No, believe me. But doubt crashed over me. His voice was too polished, his story shifting like sand. Carter spoke again. We'll verify everything. Don't leave town. When we were finally outside, I turned to Daniel. They don't believe you. He grabbed my wrist, pulling me close. Then you'd better, because if you don't, everything falls apart. I yanked free, trembling. Maybe it already has. The ride home from the station was suffocating. Neither of us spoke until the door shut behind us. Then Daniel's voice cut through the silence like a blade. You nearly ruined everything in there. I turned on him. Ruined? By telling the truth? He stepped closer, eyes burning. The truth? You don't even know what the truth is. I swallowed hard. Then tell me. His jaw worked. Fine, I had an affair. I admitted that. But murder? No. Clara was unstable. She spiraled. I tried to end it. She couldn't handle rejection. I whispered, You make it sound like she killed herself. He leaned in, voice low. Maybe she did. Maybe someone else snapped. But it wasn't me. I shook my head. They have footage of you near the woods. Coincidence, he said flatly. I was driving. That's not a crime. You lied about being home. I lied to protect you, he shot back. If they think I was gone, they drag you through hell. I gave you an alibi to keep you safe. My voice cracked. Safe? You're dragging me into lies. His hand slammed against the wall beside me, making me flinch. I'm dragging you into survival. You want me locked up for something I didn't do? Is that what you want? I trembled. I don't know what to believe anymore. His tone softened instantly, sickeningly smooth. Believe me. Believe your husband. I made mistakes, yes, but not that one. I stared at him, tears blurring my vision. You sound rehearsed. He brushed a tear from my cheek. Because I've had to explain it 1,000 times in my head. I knew this day would come. My voice dropped. Why didn't you tell me the truth sooner? Because you wouldn't have handled it. You'd have fallen apart. My stomach twisted. You don't get to decide what I can handle. He leaned closer, whispering. I decide if we survive. You saw the way Carter looked at me. He wants me guilty. If you turn on me, Emily, I'm finished. I stepped back. Maybe you should be finished. His eyes flashed. You don't mean that. I do, I whispered. No. His voice cracked, desperate now. Think about what happens if I go to prison. The house, the money, everything gone, you'll be alone. You can't live like that. My heart pounded. Don't threaten me with loneliness. I'm not threatening, he said firmly. I'm reminding. You've built your life with me. Without me, what's left? My hands shook. Peace. He grabbed my wrist, not hurting but holding tight. Don't do this. Don't let Carter use you. He'll twist your words, make you doubt me, make you doubt yourself. That's how they work. I pulled free. No, Daniel, that's how you work. His smile was thin, brittle. I protect us, even if you hate me for it. I whispered, you're not protecting me. You're silencing me. And maybe you need silencing. He snapped. Because your paranoia, your constant suspicion, it feeds their case. If you love me, you'll stop talking. Tears slid down my cheeks. If I love you, I should lie. Yes, he said coldly. Lie for me. Because it wasn't murder. It was an affair, a stupid, reckless mistake. Don't let them twist it into more. I closed my eyes. His words wrapped around me like chains, tight and suffocating. Finally, I whispered, and if I can't lie anymore? His voice dropped to a dangerous calm. Then you'll destroy us both. The silence that followed was louder than his shouting. I felt my breath falter, my body trapped between love and fear. He touched my shoulder lightly, almost tender. Sleep, Emily. Tomorrow you'll think clearer. But as I lay in the dark, his words replayed like a warning. If you can't lie anymore, you'll destroy us both. And for the first time, I wondered if silence was the only thing keeping me alive. Detective Carter's voice was steady as he slid a small recorder across the table. Mrs. Hart, this changes everything. I want you to hear it. I hesitated. What is it? A voicemail Clara left the night she died. My pulse hammered as he pressed play. Clara's voice filled the room, sharp and trembling. Daniel, you can't keep stringing me along. If you don't tell her the truth, I will. You promised me everything, and now you act like I'm nothing. Don't think I won't burn it all down. The message cut off. Silence followed, thick as smoke. I whispered. She knew. She was threatening him. Carter nodded, and that gave him motive. My throat tightened. No, motive doesn't mean murder. He leaned forward. Then explain why he told us he was home, when we have proof he wasn't. Gas station footage, toll records, witnesses. His alibi is shattered. My head spun. He said it was to protect me. Or himself, Carter countered. Emily, you need to decide. Are you going to keep covering for him? Before I could answer, the door opened. Daniel strode in, his lawyer at his side. His eyes locked on me. Emily, he said firmly. Don't say a word. Carter smirked faintly. Your wife deserves to know who she's protecting. Daniel's lawyer cut in. This interrogation is over. But Carter pressed play again. This time another recording. Daniel's voice low and harsh. Clara, stop calling me. You're going to ruin everything. If you push me again, I swear you'll regret it. My stomach lurched. Daniel, what is that? He shook his head quickly. Twisted, out of context. She baited me. Carter's eyes never left mine. Does that sound like a man ending an affair peacefully? I whispered. It sounds like a threat. Daniel snapped. It was frustration, not a threat. Don't twist it, Emily. My voice cracked. I don't have to twist it, I can hear it. He leaned toward me, his tone almost pleading. She was manipulating me. You saw the messages. She pushed and pushed until I snapped. Words, Emily. Just words. I whispered. But words can kill. His face hardened. Not mine. Carter slid a folder across the table. Photos, Clara's texts, receipts, hotel logs. Every lie laid bare. I pressed my hands to my temples. You told me it was over, that she wouldn't let go. But you kept going back. Daniel's voice rose, cracks breaking through his calm. Because she threatened me. She had things on me, on us. I couldn't let her destroy everything. Things like what? I demanded. He froze, lips clamped shut. Carter answered for him. Financial fraud. Shell accounts in her name. If she went down, so would he. I turned to Daniel, my chest heaving. Is that true? His silence was louder than confession. Tears blurred my vision. You didn't just betray me. You built an entire life of lies. He reached for my hand, desperate. Emily, listen. I did it for us, to keep us afloat, to protect you. I pulled away. You don't even sound like the man I married. His eyes darkened. I'm still him, the man who loves you, the man you swore to stand by. I shook my head. No, you're a stranger. The room spun, the recordings, the messages, the lies. They all collided into one undeniable truth. The husband I thought I knew was gone. And in his place stood a man capable of anything. The courtroom smelled of wood polish and nerves. I sat at the witness stand, palms damp, heart pounding like it wanted out of my chest. Daniel sat across the room, his eyes fixed on me, dark and unreadable. The prosecutor leaned forward. Mrs. Hart, do you swear to tell the truth? My voice trembled. I do. Daniel's lawyer stood first. Emily, you've been under incredible stress. Isn't it possible your judgment has been clouded? I stared at my husband. My judgment was clouded for years, but not anymore. He smirked faintly, as if daring me to continue. The lawyer pressed. You told police Daniel was home the night Clara Williams died. Do you stand by that? I swallowed hard. No, I lied. Gasps rippled through the courtroom. Daniel's jaw clenched, his mask cracking for a second. The prosecutor stepped in quickly. Why did you lie, Mrs. Hart? I whispered. Because he told me to. Because I was afraid of him. Because I wanted to believe him. Daniel spoke suddenly, his voice carrying. Emily, stop this madness. The judge banged the gavel. Mr. Hart, control yourself. I turned back to the prosecutor, my voice steadying. I covered for him because he made me believe our survival depended on it. But survival built on lies isn't survival. It's prison without bars. The prosecutor nodded. What evidence did you find that convinced you of his involvement with Clara Williams? I took a shaky breath. His phone, his messages with her, the recordings. He admitted their affair. He admitted she threatened him. He admitted he lied about where he was. And when confronted, his answers shifted every time. Daniel's lawyer interrupted. Mrs. Hart, affairs don't equal murder. You're scorned. Angry, isn't this revenge? I met his gaze. No, this is truth, and truth costs. Daniel leaned forward, his voice sharp. Emily, think of everything we've built. Think of us. I looked at him, tears burning. There is no us. You killed it long before she died. Silence cut through the room like glass. The prosecutor's voice softened. Emily, what finally made you come forward? I stared at the jury. Because I realized protecting him meant betraying myself. And Clara deserves more than silence. Even if he didn't kill her, his lies led here. I can't carry them anymore. Daniel's voice cracked, desperate now. I loved you. Everything I did was for us. My throat tightened. You loved power. You loved control. You never loved me the way you claimed. The judge warned him again, but Daniel's composure shattered. He slammed his fist on the table. She's lying. She always twisted things just like Clara did. Carter, seated nearby, leaned in and whispered to the prosecutor. The jury's eyes widened at Daniel's outburst. The prosecutor spoke clearly. Your Honor, the witness has made her position clear. Her testimony aligns with financial records, hotel logs, and recorded threats. We rest. The judge nodded. Very well. The jury will deliberate. As I stepped down from the stand, Daniel's eyes found mine. He whispered hoarsely, Traitor. I froze for a moment, my chest splitting open, then whispered back, No. Survivor. The bailiff escorted me outside. Carter caught up to me. In the hallway? You did the right thing, he said. I laughed bitterly. Then why does it feel like I just buried myself too? Because truth always costs, he replied. But lies cost more. I leaned against the wall, trembling. Do you think they'll convict him? Carter's gaze was steady. His alibi's gone, his motives clear, his temper's showing. It's only a matter of time. Tears slipped down my cheeks. Then it's over. He shook his head. It's just beginning for you. Hours later, the verdict came. Guilty. I sat motionless as Daniel was led away in handcuffs. He didn't fight, didn't shout, just stared at me with a look I'll never forget. Hatred laced with heartbreak. When the courtroom emptied, Rachel found me, pulling me into her arms. It's done, Em. You're free. I whispered into her shoulder. Free doesn't feel like this. It feels hollow. She held me tighter. Healing will come. One day you'll see the difference between freedom and loneliness. I closed, my eyes listening to the echo of Daniel's voice in my memory. His lies, his gaslighting, his threats. The cost of truth was steep. It ended my marriage. It ended my illusions. But as I walked out into the cold air, I realized it also ended my silence. And that finally was worth everything.